Did you start it? Oh my god. Okay. Welcome to episode 11 of the Bacon and Legs podcast. We have a guest with us.
It's my brother Jacob.
What's going on, everybody?
He didn't want to do this, but he's doing it now.
No, I'm excited about this.
He showed up and he was like, "Why are we gonna play video games?" It's like, because it's not what a podcast
I
is.
just didn't understand you guys didn't do a podcast. So total misunderstanding.
You didn't know we did a podcast?
No.
What do you mean you didn't know?
I've watched your streams before. I've watched your
your
reels and your TikToks, all that stuff.
every and it doesn't have when you go on our YouTube. You scroll down 5 episodes. At least one of them's got to be a podcast.
I usually...
We've even got this sweet logo.
I know. I've seen the logo. I'm not totally out of the loop. I'm just not committed every time something... I get a notification every time something comes out. But like I've said, I have a kid. For all the people out there that
Michael's gotta look at now. You
listen to this.
You can't say it to Michael because Michael's gonna be like, it's not an excuse.
I'm sure
yeah, watch
love
what
to
you
listen to
say
the
out
podcast.
there.
Sure
But just so people understand why I am not the most up to date on all bacon and leg things.
Yeah.
Michael will call me at 8 o'clock at night, and at 8 o'clock at night, my child usually has food all over his face.
When have I called you at 8 o'clock at night?
And is kind of in that mood where he can be cranky and screaming 1 second and then 10 seconds later be laughing and just dealing with that hysteria. And Michael will call me and say, "Oh, hey, we're about ready to start streaming here in 10 minutes." And I'll be like, all right. And my kid doesn't go to bed till 10. So 2 hours later, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, they're doing that thing right now." And then I get on there and I watch the last half hour of it, maybe.
Yeah, you have to watch it. Just put it on.
I'll just watch it. Well, yeah, sometimes I'll just put it on. But
I mean, to be fair,
put it on.
Yeah, we don't we don't have kids, so to be fair, we don't know.
Just context.
And that does sound awful. I'd hate to be.
Well, you know what? I'll start catching the podcast, especially if I know that I'm gonna be on it.
Yeah. If you're like me, Justin will play one of our videos and be like, "Shut it off! Shut it off!"
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He hates the sound of his own voice.
Yeah,
He can't stand it.
You know how people
are. You talking about yourself in the third person now?
No, he hates the sound.
What? You hate the sound of your own voice, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, me too.
Well, there's a science behind it because... Wait, here, Justin, talk.
I'm sitting next to Jacob. He's drinking Taco Bell water.
Oh, you guys were being... Alright. But, there's a science behind it because your vocal cords are closer... you hear yourself inside, and you hear yourself lower than how other people hear you. So,
that makes sense.
When you hear a recording of yourself in this higher pitch, you're like, "Ew, I don't sound like that."
That's for sure.
I mean, I don't really care what I sound like.
When I hear myself on a recording,
I don't care what you look like either.
I'm like, damn, I sound like a female. For sure.
Yeah, you didn't even know what the Rise of Kingdom... You look up a Rise of Kingdom video, ad.
Okay.
You showed me a piece of that one.
Yeah, but the one we did?
No, because I didn't get it. I didn't get your video.
Oh, and then I explained it to you.
You showed me a little bit of it. And I get it.
Maybe this one would give you...
No, don't play it, though. We're doing
You just told me to show him.
I didn't tell you to show him. I said look at one later.
Let him show it. Come on, we got time.
No, we don't.
Okay.
It's already been an hour.
Fine.
Speaking of things I need to show you, I need to show you this video of the Grinch song Uncensored. Dude, it's so funny.
Uncensored?
Yeah, it's just dogs on the Grinch. It's so funny. It's at one point the guy singing is he says he has the Grinch has he's deathly allergic to tree nuts. And he's like, and then your exact address is this. And then the Grinch is like, what? No. And he lists off his address. He's like, that's my address. What are you going to do? He's like, I mailed you some nuts. And he's like, no.
The animation's weird.
Dude,
too.
it's so funny because it's I've seen it before. It's like a drawing, but the faces are animated. So it's kind of annoying orange in a way.
You'll have to see if you can get the clip of that and then piece it over this part of the podcast. people would get it.
Yeah, I can't do that. We don't edit. We don't edit anything.
Oh, okay.
We have an editor named Chris, our friend.
I could edit that in. That's not hard.
Are you gonna want to do it though? That's what I thought.
Maybe.
I got a kid. I mean, it's tough.
Maybe.
Dude, he's gonna dog on you now.
I get a couple hours.
got
Hey,
it.
you give me one day away from.
He's
the
gonna
kid.
dog on
I
you.
get it
That
done.
he dogs on you so hard for that.
Michael-
dude.
You dog at anyone for anything.
Michael against people being parents.
Yep. Nah, Justin was making fun of Jessica the other day for cleaning. She was cleaning
dude,
and
it was hilarious.
oh yeah, Mr. Michael
she
only
was,
dogs
she,
on
was, she
people.
was so mad.
Yeah, just she's like cleaning. She spent like all day cleaning, and Justin's like, well, it doesn't look like anyone's been cleaning in here.
I was like, you missed the spot.
And she was getting all mad, and then Justin's like, why are you getting mad? And I'm like, Justin, you're such a jerk. Because guess what? I gotta deal with that later.
She was like, she's like, you've been dogging on me ever since you got here, and I was like, well, I mean, if you did a better job.
Oh, that's funny. Justin's like, you know how Dad always says, like, he never wanted to have Russell, he never wanted to have a dog. He just liked being able to, like, visit other people's dogs and then go home. That's Justin just shows up here and insults your wife and then goes home. Like, oh, that was fun.
Usually
then-
she's a good sport about it, but that day she was just like, nah, I ain't having it.
Yeah, well,
Like-
I would imagine after a certain amount of time, you would get over laughing at that. Yeah.
No, me and Michael dog each other every single day we see each other.
Yeah.
We never get old of it.
But Jessica doesn't like it. It is
You
a Jessica
guys.
thing. And she doesn't like it when people laugh at her too.
I think everybody has a certain tolerance for like different people as far as like I can only take about 5 seconds of you dogging on me and I'm like okay, not
I bet
No.
Hitler felt the same way.
enough time of that.
What? Does that have to do with anything?
But then like, you know,
can
like
only stand a certain tolerance.
like
of
Logan,
Jew.
he can dog on me literally like for an infinity and it'll be alright.
Who?
Logan Kenny. You know who that is, right?
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna say that.
Yeah.
I don't know who Logan Kenny is.
He's Doc Slop.
You've seen him around.
Yeah,
You've seen him around.
Yeah, if you're a freaking cart guy, you see everybody, man.
Yeah.
But okay, so this happened. Okay, so whenever me and Justin did our Christmas Palooza video, afterward we went on Omegle and we're just like talking to people and like we were just like, hey, go follow us on social media and on Twitch and stuff. And we came across one person. They were a VTuber. And they were like, their little avatar was on the Omegle thing. So we were talking to like their, you know what a VTuber is, right?
Not really.
So it's basically like a person that instead of like doing a face cam of themselves, they do like a motion capture of their face, and they like, you know, usually it's like an anime character or something.
So it's
like
not them talking to a camera, it is like an animation of them talking to a camera.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So this one was an anime lady,
Uh-huh.
and you know we were talking to her, and then you know we were like, hey, you know, we'll follow each other and we can like stream together. So you know, I'll be at, you know, I was home for like a month doing nothing. So like, you know, some days she would get on and I'd be like, you know, let's stream together because she's got more of a following than me and Justin. So it's like, you know, I'll take some of that publicity.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it helps to like have someone else to stream with because if you're just streaming anything by yourself, you're just like, yep.
I'm playing video games right now.
Yeah, I'm playing-
I'm playing video games right now. Maybe
Yeah.
a couple people hop on. Maybe.
Yeah, like unless people are like in the chat talking,
Mhm.
you have nothing to do. That's
Yeah.
why like whenever I stream by myself, I'm just like, well, I gotta make this freaking like gameplay awesome. But then when Justin's around, it's like, all right, let's just like, you know,
Hey man.
yeah, let's just play Madden and yell at each other for like half an hour.
Yeah.
So like, you know,
Yeah.
I would get on there and like play like Fortnite or whatever with her. And like the other night I played with her, and you know, Justin was like coming in like, you know, she was like.
Oh no, it's
Well, that's about
this is
right.
fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
this
This,
should be-
is so
this is-
funny.
She like, I mean, she threw a curveball at me because usually we just like hop into like a Xbox voice chat, but she did this weird like Discord. So I had it on my phone and I was trying to get it onto the TV. So I was like doing all this stuff and like trying to play Fortnite.
Uh-huh.
And you know they're like, hey, you gotta ready up. I'm like, okay, and, like, and Jessica was like, I don't like the way she's talking to you. And I'm like, oh.
Yes.
I was like, okay.
Yes.
I was like, okay. And then, like, the next day comes around, she's playing Warzone, I was already streaming, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see if, you know, she wants to stream together. And Jessica's like, mm-hmm. And I was like, oh. And then, like, you know, I was watching her stream and, like, hey. And Jessica left the room. And she goes into our room. And she closed the door. And that's, like, the sign. I'm like, oh, no. So I go in there. I'm like, what's wrong, Jessica? And she was like, nothing. And I'm like, Jessica, I know something's wrong. And I'm like, what's wrong? She goes, And she like, shrugs her shoulders. And I sit there. I'm like, Jessica, what's wrong? And she starts crying. She goes, I think I'm silly. I'm like, what? And she's like, I just think you and that VTuber are talking behind my back with each other. And I'm like we're having like an affair? And she's like, kinda. And I was like, oh gosh.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this is probably like a first for any married couple ever, you know.
You know, you guys are really sweet. That's really
You guys are really sweet.
That's
Jacob.
And I was like, do you want me to not stream with her anymore? She was like, no, you can. I was like, okay, you know.
So do you?
What?
Stream with them still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you meant, are you
Having an
with
affair?
her?
Sorry.
I was like, no.
Sorry. There's a little virtual
Yeah.
relations.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's hilarious, man.
It was weird. I was like, she's like, are you talking to her? I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, hey, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. Are you going to be on the stream? And that's like it. I'm not like, so who are you?
So, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
She didn't even comment about my. She calls me legs because Justin's bacon.
I'm bacon,
Yeah.
apparently. Yeah.
We've adopted the names because it was just the name. It was like, all right, bacon and legs, cool, whatever.
Uh-huh.
You know, you think when they open Chippendales, they're like, who's Chip and who's Dale? No, it was like, you know, it was Chippendale. You know, bacon legs, and now it was like, who's bacon and legs? Okay, I'm Justin's bacon and legs. You know, done.
I mean, do you think that like they need to be like official? That like you guys need to officially adopt the names?
Nope.
No.
No.
Not at all, no.
So that's not like officially what it is. You
No.
guys are just like
Whenever they ask,
if
we
it
just don't.
had to be a sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I have looked up like other bacon and legs named things. There's a what is it? It's drag club called Bacon and Legs.
Drag club.
Yeah, like
Interesting.
you know where like drag queens
You,
go.
you guys should do
What the fuck?
Yeah,
you guys should do like a vlog of you guys visiting. It's
that would be funny.
That would be, dude. Where is it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I heard
just
those
saw
are
that
like where you can have like living down in Morgantown.
Bacon
for
and
a
Legs
while.
at Bacon and Legs.
There's a club down in Morgantown called Vice Versa, and I never got to go there. I always like wanted to, but apparently that was.
What is it?
It's a drag club.
You wanted to go to that?
Yeah. I mean, it's apparently like people have. I mean, yeah,
Orgies.
okay. Listen. So in
No, go
Morgantown, in Morgantown, you go to like a club, okay,
Yeah.
and first of all, in Morgantown, there's two different types of clubs. There's like 18 and or 21 and under, so you can be 18 or older,
Mm-hmm.
and like
21 or older.
I don't know, they all have their pros and cons. Like those clubs, I mean, when I was like starting in college, like yeah, it was awesome because you could go there as like a freshman or sophomore, whatever. And they'll sell like mixed drinks for like 50 cents or something absurd.
What?
You know? Yeah, but they'll be like watered down. They'll be in like little Dixie
Damn.
cups or something.
Okay.
But I mean, still.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you're
guess
like-
you could just take like a whole bunch of
Like
them.
if you're there to drink and you're like, okay, I can get these for like 50 cents, like, yeah, whatever. Of course, you have to be 21. I don't know, but it's like, but at the same time, once you're like older and either almost done with college or outside of college, you kind of go there and you're like, okay, like they're playing, you know. I don't even know what to say. Like
It just becomes like boring.
they're playing
almost.
like Chief Keef there.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You're just like, I don't know, whatever. Something kind of like,
Annoying.
yeah, they just play like annoying boppy grind music there. And
Yeah.
if you're like a little bit like, if you're not there for that, then you're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then like the 21 and up clubs aren't that much different. It's like a little bit different because the crowd's a little older, but at the same time, like if you're not there to be like completely trashed the whole time,
There ain't no point.
you're like,
anymore.
yeah, that's kind of weird. But I just always heard that like vice versa, the drag club was kind of like people actually went there to like dance and of course drink too. But people like, I don't know, it was just a different crowd that I heard that like people actually
Like a
really
different
like
experience.
yeah, people like to dance there, much more friendly there, where people in the club are like, they're there just to get laid. And
Right,
kind
yeah,
of weird,
exactly.
weird vibes like that,
Yeah.
where guys are like looking at you like, everyone's got their chest puff out, and it's just a weird vibe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get that.
and I never got to.
Hanging out together.
I have maybe one day I will, but I've still yet to go to vice versa or any drag club. But I've heard the vibe is just totally different, where everybody's like super just like chill and happy and dancing, as opposed to like just weird predator vibes throughout. the
Predator
place.
vibe.
Sounds
Yeah.
like my place.
But seriously, I would I don't know where that place is, but you guys should visit it. That'd be funny.
I do want to visit one place. It's called Biscuits and Porn. It's a
Where?
gas station or something
Where is it?
in like North Carolina.
That's not that far.
So Biscuits and Porn.
Freaking a million hours away. What do you mean?
North Carolina?
Yeah, dude.
It's like
Justin.
Dude, 2 hours on the road for me is like freaking 15.
Yeah, driving to Columbus with this guy, he was like, "Oh my gosh,
Like, are we there yet? Like,
Yeah.
See, I love driving. Yeah, that's like a day. That's like one day of
Yeah,
driving.
just have a good time. I feel like Justin and I have a good time driving together. 'Cause
No, we do, yeah.
Yeah, we have a
We
good
crack
conversation.
jokes.
We have a good conversation. We
But
talk
this
about
man, listen. The concert was at 8 o'clock in Columbus. We showed up at 12.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what we did? We walked around the same stores for hours until eventually the concert started. And I was like, Michael, can we just like show up a little like not late, but like an hour or two before the show instead of like fucking 9?
No. Because we went to Columbus, and we went to like the little mall down there, and like we had a day. It was like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It was fun.
Oh, okay. Was it Justin?
For a couple
Apparently it
hours.
sounded like hell, like, you know? Like we went down there. We parked at a Trader Joe's. We went to the Trader Joe's. None of us have been to in a Trader Joe's. It was pretty cool. It was like, wow, this is like a video game store because everything's like super neat and like, you know, Trader Joe's has nothing name brand, so it's just all like Trader Joe's like pixie sticks. Or
The Lego
something.
thing was cool.
Yeah, they had two, except for the weird people there. You know.
Yeah, they were a little sus.
Yeah. But and then we went to like this really bougie like home decor.
Oh
store.
yeah, dude. There was nothing at the price of like the lowest thing was probably like $500. No, like it
Yeah,
was
like they, it's like these
ridiculous.
like ugly paintings where it's like it just looks like someone slapped a bunch of acrylic paint and was like, all right, fine.
I was afraid to touch anything because I was
Like
like, I'm gonna
$500.
break this.
Like, you know, even people come up like, are you looking for anything?
No.
No. Like they have like this like a couch that's like half the size of the one that we have out there for like $800 because like
It's like
you
more
know,
square or
it's
something.
designer or something.
That's so weird.
Yeah, they did have like a really cool like cabinet. I was like, oh, that's a cool cabinet. For like $8,000.
What was it? What store was this?
Oh, I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
So it was a store, not like a...
Gucci.
It was the Gucci of
Furniture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. What was it called? I forget.
I don't fucking know.
It was like I think it was like
Stuff is so
Birkenlock or
weird
something.
like that.
Crate and Barrel. It was Crate and
Yes,
Barrel.
Crate
Yeah.
and Barrel. Yeah.
I think I've seen
Yeah,
these
it-
stores
it's
before. I've never
like-
been in one.
It's like if IKEA was Gucci.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like you go to IKEA. Oh, like a couch for like $10. Awesome.
Yeah.
You go to this place. It's like oh, a spoon for $800. Like, it was getting to the point, like we were pretty sure that people were like following us around the store because like
We did not look
like
Gucci at all.
Jessica's like being like very poised. She's like looking at everything, and me and Justin are just like.
We're like, why the fuck is this $1,200?
Like Justin's like looking at the spoon. He's like, but this is like $80. Like, you know, there's like a coffee machine that's like $500 like coffee machine. Just like, what does it make me like hookers or something? Like, and then like they had like they have like these really fancy salt and pepper grinders.
Oh my god.
And they have like
yeah.
a test area for it. And I took my finger, licked it, like went through the salt thing and licked it, and I was like, And Justin's like, Michael,
We're gonna get kicked out, bro.
yeah. It felt like and it's funny because that's not like the only store that did that. Because like we got It felt like there was like a radio call over, like, there's some weirdos. Because we went to the Nike store, and Justin's like looking at these shoes.
Oh yeah, we weren't doing anything like crazy. We were just looking at shoes.
Yeah, but Justin of course like picks up a shoe. Is at a Nike store. He's like, dude, this is like a $200 shoe. He's like, geez, like what? And
that's all I said. And the guy was like, "You need help with anything?" I'm like, "No, man. Like I'm good.
I'm
Like
gonna get away. You know, I'm not gonna buy you expensive dumb shoes. Like I'm gonna go to Walmart. I'm gonna buy me some like $2 shoes that do the same thing. But yeah, and then we went to the Lego store.
I actually did enjoy that. That was awesome.
Lego store's cool, except for the freaking weirdos working there. So like the
weirdos.
They're too nice. They're way too nice.
No, they weren't way too nice. They were just way too like do this thing.
Oh yeah.
Because like I'm walking around, I'm looking at every little set because they have things there that I haven't even seen before, and I was like, awesome.
Uh-huh.
And then they have like the big create your Lego character section. It's like, oh, I want to make me as a little Lego guy. So like we're looking through everything, and the lady's like, you want to make a Lego guy? It's like, maybe if you leave me alone.
Not anymore.
Well, I see that it's there. You don't have to like talk me into it.
Yeah, and then she's like, well, make sure you get 2 accessories and a hairpiece and a hat. It was like, cool. And then there's another part where I was like just looking at all the Star Wars ones, and this like chick came up to me and she's like, so you want the UCS AT-AT? And I'm like, I wish. I was like, does it come with the space to put it to? Haha. And she's like, I forget what she was just like, no, but she was like, it's really cool, you should get it. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
And then we went to the other, for some reason there's like 2 like 5 feet away from each other. The one that's like outside.
Yeah.
We went to that one. People were actually like cool in there. We like actually looked around without.
Oh, so it's 2 Lego stores that close to each other?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
one in
it's
the
weird.
mall, and then there's one like 2 feet outside the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So random.
Yeah, and it's weird because one of them had different things.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think the bigger one didn't have the jazz one, and the jazz one was in the other one.
Yeah, the smaller one.
Yeah.
It was weird because we were in the store and I was like, yeah, we have to go check out the other one. And they're like, well, you're obviously looking for something. It's like, am I talking to you, woman? Like, I am just trying to look at Legos.
Get the fuck ass.
Yeah, like I like looking at them. Like, yeah, I'd love to buy them, but geez, Louise, like, look at this thing. Freaking, it's cool.
How much was that?
It's like $250.
I do have to say that you and I feel like we are pretty. I mean, I'm not saying that we're like as expert as some people out there. I'm sure there's like some Lego, like I don't know. No. Like
I don't know. That's some cool stuff.
I'm sure there's people out there that know like an insane amount about Legos and probably have like every single model.
Oh yeah.
Ever or I mean we're
like a super fan.
But I would say for me and you, like, it's pretty legit still. Like, I think we have pretty much every model of Lego Star Wars from like 2005 or 6 all the way up until like 2012 or something. Like, we got and they're
It's a lot of
What do you feel
Legos.
about this, Justin?
I don't like that, Mike.
that's weird. And even,
don't like
even
that.
just sitting here in your room and seeing like the Legos that you do have put together, like the Republic gunship.
Yeah.
It's good to see. It brings back.
How'd you feel about the prequels or the sequels?
You what?
How'd you feel about the sequels?
Like the newest ones?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just every time I think about it or see something about
This
it
is what I want.
or anything that reminds me, that's so awesome.
Damn.
Michael's showing me currently an
Damn.
entire
The person that Jacob was literally describing.
yeah, basically the person that I just described. Mike was showing me that person that has everything Lego ever.
Yeah.
But no, Justin, every time I think about the newest Star Wars trilogy, I just think, man, it sucks. I really do wish they didn't exist. And like it stinks because there's not like I don't think everything about those movies are terrible. Like I think Rey's a cool character. I think like some of the characters are cool. Yeah, it's a good idea. Like, if we're sitting in here and these movies never happen, and I say, hey, like, and I describe this character Rey to you, and I think at the end of the trilogy, Palpatine should actually be, alive, basically under a rock somewhere, and turns out she'll be Palpatine's daughter, and that'll be, like, the big twist. You guys would probably be like,
Yeah, fair.
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'd
pretty
probably
cool.
go, How's Palpatine alive? He literally died.
I mean, yeah, and that's one of the things where I'm like, but there. I mean, we could sit here and talk about that for hours and hours and hours with movies, but they just.
I'd say the way Luke just like disappeared.
Yeah, there's just so many things that they did where I was like.
They want to bring back.
They could literally have the main character, like of the whole thing, right there, and then he's done. Like
They want to bring back Mace Windu for the Book of Boba Fett.
Why?
Sometimes you just like.
Gotta
like,
stop.
Why?
Just
Like-
gotta stop.
Like, I don't know. Marvel sets like such a good example of like how to make like a whole. I know you guys don't like a lot of the new Marvel stuff, but
What are you about to say? That's
but like, look at how much stuff they are making, and yeah, some of it's starting to get a little bit watered down. Like they can also be a good example of like, hey, they took it really, really perfectly up to a certain point, and then it kind of started to disintegrate a little bit. But it's better than Star Wars, where hey, we're gonna bring it back and just totally ram the first 3 major movies into the turf. But they did it because they keep on like adding new layers to the universe and new characters and new timelines.
I mean, I guess I understand it. Like, if you like Miss Marvel and She-Hulk, then it's perfect for you. But if you don't understand who they are, and they're just random TV shows, people are gonna hate them.
Yeah, but
And that's like 95% of Marvel fans because they don't read the comics. Like,
Just
right.
talk about Moon Girl.
oh man. All right, so so before Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, there was Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur, and Moon Boy is just a monkey, pretty much.
Okay.
And they changed it to Moon Girl, which her name is Lulula.
This is a Marvel character?
Yeah, Lulilla Lafayette. That's her name, right? Moon Girl.
Okay, I think I've seen...
And,
This is a TV show that's out.
It's coming out.
It's coming out, and it looks like Teen Titans Go. It's terrible, but so basically the whole premise of her is like she's the smartest person in the whole MCU, and it's canon that she is. She's smarter than Mr. Fantastic. She's smarter than T'Challa. She's smarter than Iron Man. She's
Bruce
smarter
Banner.
than Bruce Banner, Doctor Doom, and like,
Okay.
and I'm like, how? You wanna know how, Jacob? She solved a puzzle.
That Bruce Banner couldn't solve.
That's how she became the smartest person in the fucking universe.
But
So
it's weird
just
because Bruce Banner made the puzzle.
Yeah, he made it, and he's like, I can't hear you. Well, no, Amadeus Cho gave this totally awesome Hulk, gave Moon Girl the puzzle, and Bruce Banner's dead at this point, like in the comic books. So, like, well, he's back now for some reason, but they ran out of characters. They kept bringing back the old ones, but which is the new one is the
Sounds like Star Wars.
the new one is the Immortal Hulk, which pretty much is like Bruce Banner's souls is back in like the skeleton or something. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. But basically like to get off track, Bruce Banner made this puzzle and he couldn't solve it. Reed Richards couldn't. Miss Fantastic, Tony Stark, Amadeus Cho. She takes this thing and goes, done. And he goes, you must be the smartest person. Mr. Fantastic said, you must be the smartest person in the universe. That's canon. Now she's the smartest. She's a fucking 13-year-old girl with a boxing glove and roller skates. How the fuck can the smartest girl in the universe not have any weapons?
It's Justin's most hated thing about
It's so
Marvel.
stupid, dude. Because they could listen. If this bitch is literally the smartest fucking person in the fucking Marvel universe.
So this is in the
How come
comics.
she uses roller skates?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Why can't she make a fucking Iron Man suit?
Yeah.
How she?
I mean, I think it's just... I think maybe you're taking it too literally, where like... Maybe they're even being a little bit ironic.
They're
like,
taking it too literally for making it canon.
I
I
think
mean,
he
what
just
is
said
that? What is that? I mean, it's just a title that she has. That doesn't mean that, like...
No, dude, you can go on the Marvel website right now and look up top 10 smartest. She's number 1 over everybody.
You're looking too much into it, man. You're
I don't know.
looking too much
I
I get it.
Justin's a Marvel guy. I think he knows what he's talking about.
Maybe I'm just not as like attached to Marvel, but I don't know. I respect Marvel a lot though, man, because like even up to this point, like just recently, I watched Thor: Love and Thunder. I watched Doctor Strange, the Mirror of or Multiverse of Madness.
The Mirror of Madness.
Yeah. And the new Spider-Man was obviously amazing.
The
And even like
movies.
yeah, and even like Loki, like the Loki show. That I watched that like last year, but that
It's
was really
so
awesome.
good.
Yeah, it was
That's
amazing.
see, okay.
So I'm saying like a lot of it. Like I'm not gonna watch She-Hulk. I watched the clips of it.
Well,
and I
are
was
you
like,
a fan of She-Hulk?
No, I've never been. I've never
Do
been
you know
even like
anything
a Hulk.
about She-Hulk?
I've never been like a Hulk or She-Hulk.
That's what I'm
fan.
saying. Like, if you're not a fan of her, then you're not
For
gonna
me,
like
like
it.
the Hulk is like I get it. He gets angry
Yeah.
and he smash. Like,
No.
you know what I mean? He's just like not like, I don't know. I mean, I like Bruce Banner, but I don't know. My point is like Marvel's still out there churning out like a majority of their stuff is pretty solid, if not really amazing. I mean, most people were going absolutely bananas over Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. Well, because
I want that for Star Wars because I'm at the end of the day like a number one Star Wars
Yeah.
guy. And for them to just totally botch, like, yeah, they made good Rogue One, that was good, and I really like Solo. And their TV shows are, for some reason, like, the best thing that they're doing. But then, like, the trilogy movies have been, like, total garbage, and it's weird.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
That's that's what I was trying to, like, for a good example, for a good Marvel TV show, would probably be, like, Moon Knight, Loki, and, like, WandaVision. Those three are, like, literally, like, the best out of all of them.
Yeah.
Because they're well balanced, and they bring back stuff from the comic books that literally are on the screen.
Right.
Instead, like, well, She-Hulk did stick true to the comic, because she did break the fourth wall a lot in the comic books. Most people don't know that. It's probably why they're like, this show's shit. But, like, she genuinely broke... She's like Deadpool. She broke the fourth wall a lot.
Okay.
And then Miss Marvel... This is very political. I hate it. Like,
yeah.
like, it's so...
Yeah.
They throw, like, no brown girl from Jersey you can say so many times. Like, it's like, bro, just let the character be the character. Like, why do you have to bring politics in it?
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing I hate about, like, it's one thing I hate about Marvel is they're just like, well, we gotta throw that in there because it's 2023, you know, everybody's woke.
Yeah,
and it's
trying
like,
to
why?
be on the
Like,
forefront.
why?
Yeah,
No one
yeah.
cares. Like, like,
Yeah.
just put the damn show out and like, like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and even then, like I said, most people who aren't fans of, like, I'm not a fan of Miss Marvel. I know, like, a handful of things, like, from the books that everybody else knows. I'm not a fan of She-Hulk. Like, so I'm not gonna hate the show. I'm gonna be like, it was okay. Like, because I don't know much about him. But, like, you know, shows like Moon Knight's fucking awesome. Just because I know, like, a good bit about him, and most of the shit in the show was literally from the comic book. So, like, it was awesome to see that happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Star Wars weird though because they don't really. I mean, I guess they do have a lot of books and stuff out there.
yeah, well, Marvel made most of them back in the day.
That's right.
Yeah. So I mean,
Maybe
Marvel,
what?
That's weird.
Star Wars.
I don't know. I just get upset because it's like, didn't they release something that they want to do the next trilogy about linking it to the Skywalker era as well?
I think they did
It's
actually.
like,
Yeah.
bro, just go back and do something with the Old Republic.
Yeah, or even
Or
then, just like
something
think of
else,
something
like-
fresh.
Like we're talking about like a whole different galaxy here, far, far away. Why can't we do something that is just nothing to do? You know, they talk about
yeah, it's always.
they talk about the ancient Jedi Order, all this stuff. Like,
And even then, like,
but you can only relate to like this one timeline.
yeah, and Luke Skywalker could not get away from Star Wars at all. Like, he was in The Mandalorian. Like,
yeah,
I saw that and I
love
was like,
him, but
ah,
it's-
man, like the whole
guess-
point of the
I
Mandalorian
guess-
show was to, like,
I guess squeeze as much out of him as you can.
yeah,
while he's alive.
like oh my god.
Oh gosh, man.
One thing I do like about Andor, me and Jessica were watching some of it today.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, and I was like, it's weird because it's like, it's Star Wars, but it doesn't feel like Star Wars because it's like, we've never seen any of these people before.
So yeah, that's something that, like, they should just do something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that
Yeah,
doesn't
but for
have
3
anything to do
movies.
with the trilogy.
But for
Like,
3 movies, totally different idea. No formula, no template, no nothing.
and don't let the person who directed the fucking sequels direct any more movies. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like,
I think that's why Rogue One was so good. It was just
Well,
like,
yeah, I'll never forget that.
oh my god.
Like, we walked out of that movie theater, and
We
I
were
remember we
changed.
got into mom and dad's car, and we were like, that was, like, I don't think we, like, expected to see something like that. And we were like, that was incredible. And then we watched it, like, a million times after.
I remember watching it. Before we went to go see it, I didn't even think it was a movie. I thought it was supposed to be a TV show. And then you were like, the movie comes out. I'm like, it's a movie?
I remember that now.
I was like, it's a movie?
That's
And we went to go see it, and I was like, wow.
funny. Yeah.
And then I remember I was like so hyped for it to come out on DVD. And I don't think, you must have been like off at college. We were watching it, and like, I got like anxiety during it from like how excited I was to watch it that I like stopped breathing during it at one point. I I went to go breathe and I was like, and like mom and dad were like freaking out because I like stopped breathing watching this movie.
That's a lot.
Yeah, the only movies I haven't seen are Lily Solo and Rogue One. That's the only ones.
Dude, you gotta watch Rogue One. It's amazing. And then Solo. I for some reason, some people have told me like they don't vibe with Solo that much, but
I think it's pretty good.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I haven't seen the sequels either. Because I refuse. I refuse to watch.
Yeah, I told you so. I was
Honestly,
like,
you don't need to watch them. Like,
I just refuse to watch them.
Like it only brings me anger.
I don't know. I enjoy going back and watching The Force Awakens.
See, that's the thing is like as much of a Star Wars fan as I am, and how much I've watched I've rewatched Mandalorian. I've rewatched pretty much everything. I have never rewatched Rise of Skywalker, and the only reason I rewatched The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi is because I was like, oh, I want to watch them again before the new one comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since the Rise of Skywalker came out, I haven't watched any of them. That's like how much I don't like them.
Because I remember when Rise of Skywalker was coming out, and Michael sent me like a trailer for it, and I saw like Palpatine, and I was kind of freaking out because like he was fucking dead. So like I was like, what are they gonna do with it? Like,
but it was weird. Yeah, but even that was weird because instead of making that like a plot twist in one of the movies, they used it as like a promotional thing. So you knew that he was alive going into the movie. So it was like, okay, he's alive. As opposed to going into the movie, not knowing that, and then being like, oh my god!
Yeah,
what
that's
the?
why it's like. That's
Yeah.
why like I don't watch trailers anymore because it just ruins the movie. Like like literally IGN posted fucking photos. I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on. I was like, oh, MODOK, awesome, great. No, like like I fucking love MODOK, and now I just saw him like, oh, spoiler, woo.
It's
like,
so funny though, because MODOK's such a weird.
He's
character.
a goober, yeah.
It's like everyone's like, oh, MODOK, and it's literally like a fat disabled guy in a chair. Like
I love MODOK, man.
You know what MODOK is?
Wait, I'm trying to think of
He's like, just imagine a marshmallow, a golden marshmallow in a chair.
He's pretty dope, man.
Wait, is this Star Wars?
No,
It's
it's
Marvel.
Marvel.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like,
I think I know what MODOK is.
hard pressed to find somebody named.
Did you play
MODOK.
through all of the what's it called?
He's a
Fallen
little,
Order?
silly.
Oh, I know who that is. Yeah.
But
Did you
they
play through Fallen Order?
No,
Oh
I
my
haven't yet.
gosh.
I don't have the game. I don't have it.
But they
I need
posted.
to get it.
They literally posted this photo.
Coming out with a new one.
I know.
They posted this photo. IGN posted it. And I was like, oh, thanks guys, that's awesome. Like, thanks for fucking spoiling the like.
What was that a promotion for?
Ant-Man and the Wasp and not the multiverse, man.
Quantumania Madness.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sick. Yeah, that movie looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. That's like I'm actually very excited.
That's what I'm saying though. It's like they're good at like I know, like we're past Endgame. Like they have already built an entire empire, and I think you can pretty much say up until Endgame, about 90% of Marvel Universe is like pretty solid.
Yeah.
And then after that.
Because I mean I knew Kang was the next big bad because that's how they did it. In King the Conqueror.
Oh, okay.
So that's how they did it in the comic books. He was the next like Thanos, and he's just as bad. So like, but
You know he's bad. He wants to kill people.
Took over the universe.
yeah, I mean pretty much yeah. He's just the next Thanos.
Bad guy stuff.
But he was asking about Galactus, and I was like, dude, it's gonna be forever till we see him, like because they still have to introduce Doctor Doom. They still have to introduce the way the Fantastic Four came into the universe without jumbling up. And be like, oh hey guys, we're here. Because
I just bring back Michael B. Jordan. Dude, what if they brought back Chris Evans to play the Human Torch?
That would be funny. I like that a lot. But like the thing that because like they've been around since the '60s. So like they were there before like Iron Man, before like everybody. So like that's why like a bunch of fans are concerned because they don't know how they're gonna introduce the Fantastic Four in like 2020. What they in like 2026 now in the MCU? 2025.
Why not just introduce them now?
Well, they already kind of introduced him a little bit because Reed Richards was in.
Yeah, but that's a different Earth. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's why like when people are like, oh no, Mr. Fantastic, he's not because that's not our Earth. That's what 838 and the other one's
So they
616.
can, so they can recast them and do it.
Well, I mean, well, no, but even then, like, I think the way they're gonna do it is which is like, I think they're not. People are saying it's gonna happen, but it's not. They're gonna have Jimmy Woo be Mr. Fantastic, like the Asian guy from Ant-Man.
Okay.
And like, I wouldn't mind to see that, but at the same time, it's like that's not Mr. Fantastic. Like, so like.
You know, Mr. Fantastic the cop. You know.
Yeah. So like, cause I mean, technically, Mr. Fantastic isn't dead on our Earth. So like.
Just turn Moon Girl into Mrs.
Yeah, might as well. She's the fucking
Invisible
smartest
Woman.
person in the fucking universe.
Yeah, just
so.
turn her into Mr. Fantastic.
So stupid.
That's exciting though. Like I love Doctor Doom.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Moon Girl. I was like, what? No.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
A
Yeah,
girl that
Doctor-
rides a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
And then of course they're gonna bring in X-Men, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's coming.
But here's the thing. I don't know how they're gonna recast Wolverine because he's not. He's only come back for Deadpool 3 and that's it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't know.
But I heard Daniel Radcliffe might take it. Which
Daniel
that wouldn't
Radcliffe.
be bad, honestly. As long as he works out and like gets like the physique for it,
Yeah.
he wouldn't look bad as him. Because all I have to do is make him like look good as Wolverine. So like, he's not like in the I keep saying in the comics, but in the comics Wolverine just like he's not that tall. He gets made fun of a lot by Deadpool for that, and
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe isn't that tall, and I mean he's pretty ripped. So like he really just needs the physique for it, and then he'll be good. Like,
Yeah.
because you can literally make
Yeah.
your hair the waist like. Yeah, I think it'd actually be good. Everybody's.
When are
dying
they gonna
about it.
bring in Deadpool into the MCU?
I have no idea.
Dude.
Like I'm waiting for it though.
That's when stuff's gonna start really.
Oh yeah, well
kicking
because
back up.
in the comment
Because
because
stuff.
because think of it like
Justin, your virginity is showing.
I know I'm sorry but
In the comment.
I want to
because-
talk to you more about this stuff,
Well-
like continually, because I don't know like that much about the comics. Honestly, hardly any. I've been
Well, it'd be
mainly a
funny-
movie guy.
Yeah,
One-
Justin, when did you start reading?
oh I mean like dick but like Deadpool always interrupted like other people's like he always broke the fourth wall and he didn't take anything seriously. So like if he was in the MCU earlier, Thanos would be like on Earth, and like if Chris Evans, if Captain America was like Avenger or whatever, he'd interrupt it and just make it funny. So it'd be so funny to see him in the MCU because everybody would get on his fucking nerves. Like and if they actually roll with it like fully with him, Deadpool kills like the entire universe. It's like, but that's like a whole different like multiverse though.
Yeah.
Someone thought that for an end credit scene in Endgame, it should have ended with like Deadpool running through the battlefield after everyone left with like luggage and being like, "I finally made it, guys."
That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect to introduce him because that's how he did it. Like
They still
the comics.
could. They could make that like the opening scene of a Deadpool movie or something.
Yeah, that would be perfect to introduce him.
Yeah, it'd be better for that than to imagine you get done watching Endgame, Iron Man's dead, Captain America, is old, and then it's just, wow, the end of a saga, and then Deadpool comes pillow farting in.
that would have been perfect. To
Dude, what if he
introduce
took a leak on like Tony Stark's body there? Like,
him.
oh man,
That would have been perfect. to
good
introduce
stuff,
him. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what they do with
Yeah.
X-Men.
I'm not.
You don't like anything Marvel, Michael.
I like Marvel.
No, you don't.
I think they should just ended it in game. It was just
It wouldn't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
There would be too much
they're
hunger
obviously
for it.
yeah they obviously wouldn't
Too
because
much
they
hunger for it, yeah.
and not only that but they just would
They
would just
said,
stop making money. So
we
like
can make this really bad
yeah.
TV show and make
Like-
$1 billion.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that.
because after Stanley died, no one cared about
It's
it
like,
anymore.
oh,
Like
it's like we have a supply and a demand.
yeah,
Nah, rather not.
like Stanley would put on a fake face and be like, yeah, it's great, and he'd be in the fucking corner crying if he was so loud today.
Why is Spider-Man doing the gritty? No. Dude, I don't even know what they're gonna do because Chris Hemsworth is taking a break from acting, and Tom Holland's taking a break from acting. It's like, who's gonna play all the important roles?
Yeah, we'll probably introduce Miles.
Great, that's awesome. I really want to know what's gonna happen to Spider-Man. What if they just ended that timeline right
Well,
there?
because in Homecoming, Childish Gambino's
Yeah,
character, he's
Miles.
the Prowler, and Miles is his
Wait, Charles
nephew.
Gambino's the Prowler?
Yeah, his name is the Prowler. Well, his name isn't the Prowler, but the Prowler's name.
Yeah, I
This
remember when Spider-Man goes, "What's your name?" He goes, "Prowler." Oh, okay.
Well, his real name, like that's his alias is Prowler. Like in the oh my, I hate saying that. So, in the comics,
Prowler.
he was the Prowler, and his nephew was
The Prowler
Miles.
Junior.
Yeah. So they'll probably introduce him.
That's
Or-
cool. I didn't want to know what's gonna happen to Tom Holland and all his friends. That's cool.
Well, he's probably
They'll
gonna,
work
like I
it
said, he's
out.
probably gonna take a break.
They'll work it out. They got so much other
Bro,
stuff
that's
to
gonna be
do.
so. I mean, it would be cool to be like, wow, that's how that ends. But then again, I'd be like, that's how it ends, really? That's what you gonna do to me?
They got
Marvel?
so much other stuff to do. They'll be
Yeah.
Come on, Marvel. You give freaking WandaVision, a whole TV show. We can't even figure out what happens to Spider-Man.
I'm very excited to see James Gunn's like DC universe.
I'm not.
Dude, James Gunn's a hell of a good director, man. I feel like he's gonna hit that out of the park.
Yeah,
What's he doing?
we also
He's
thought.
doing all DC movies. Like
we
he's
also
making his own universe.
Yeah, we also thought Zack Snyder was gonna do something good too, but
Yeah.
that's
Dude, come on, the Suicide Squad was fucking amazing.
The Suicide
The
Squad.
Suicide Squad with John Cena.
Yeah.
That one was fucking awesome.
Dude, I love that.
James Gunn is such a good director.
Oh yeah, that was him, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
he directed that one.
Before we end this, Justin thinks that Christian Bale is not a good Batman.
I didn't like. He's too skinny.
He's pretty ripped. Pretty ripped.
Not, dude.
Yeah, he's
come
pretty-
on.
He's more ripped than Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton. I love Michael Keaton. I love the original Batmans, but
I mean, Robert Pattinson's scrawny too.
Yeah.
Michael
so,
Keaton
shut up.
literally looks like a normal ass rich dude. For real.
But Ben Affleck had that broadness to him that made him look good as
Yeah,
Batman.
but his movies also sucked.
Yeah,
And that's not his fault.
That's the
It's
shitty
not his
part.
fault.
Yeah.
I think he came in to do it completely legit. And,
yeah,
and honestly, Zack Snyder's version of Justice League
it's terrible.
no, it's not
It was
terrible.
bad.
It's not. No, it's
The
much.
Flash was a pussy. The
I
entire movie.
listen. To be honest, I haven't watched it all the way through. It's one of those things I always turn on before I go to sleep because I'm like, oh, I need to watch.
Let me
this
tell you.
version.
You know how Flash can literally bend fucking time?
Yeah.
He's scared of fucking monsters and he can just run away from them. Why?
Because he's never done that before, Justin. It's crazy.
He can bend time completely.
He doesn't
and
know that yet.
reverse it.
He doesn't know that yet.
But he's scared. Why is he so scared he can just
Ah.
run away at the speed of light?
How does he know that though, Justin? If he's never done it.
He hasn't run away from the speed of light from anything?
No, the fact that he can bend time.
Well, that's his fault.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Why didn't Tony Stark know he couldn't snap his fingers? He'd die. That's stupid of him.
Anyways, Ben Affleck. We don't really need to talk about his Batman very much by default because the movies suck
Yeah.
and they don't really matter. So, Michael Keaton, great Batman, looks like a normal dude. Christian Bale, when you compare him to Michael Keaton or Robert Pattinson, he's the most buff out of any of them, really. Definitely
Yeah,
more
but
buff
even-
than George Clooney's
Yeah,
shitty
well,
Batman,
yeah.
and
But even then,
same thing with Val Kilmer. He's about on the same level as Val Kilmer back in the 90s.
I like the way they made Batman more dark, in a sense.
In the Batman.
In in the Batman.
Oh.
I like that more. He's going through shit, and he's tired of society, just being awful.
Yeah.
So but Christian Bale's just man, I hate the Joker, and that's it.
It's the same thing. Batman Begins. Batman Begins is basically just a different version of the Batman because they're both
young.
Actually, The Dark Knight or Batman Begins is pre-Batman to year one, whereas the Batman is it's actually the end of year one going into year two, right? Something like that.
Yeah, because it's in Hallows Eve almost too.
Mm-hmm.
They mentioned Hallows Eve.
Well, in his journal, he's been at this for pretty much a year or something like that. So he's still new at it, working out the kinks.
You good?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about. This is
Okay.
the way you said Hallows Eve. What do you mean Halloween?
Hallows Eve. What?
No, it's called Hallows Eve
Halloween.
in the comics.
Halloween.
I didn't know that.
The Hallows Eve.
Halloween.
I appreciate that you're a comics guy.
I've never seen a single comic book in your
Do you
hands.
just go? Do you just go to a comic book store and buy up a bunch of
I
comics?
have a lot at my mom's house. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have a bunch of the newer stuff. They're kind of bad.
Mom's
Okay.
The Immortal Hulk one isn't bad, but it's just most of the stuff they put out is just so watered down. I've already seen all of it. It's so annoying to reintroduce this character 8 different.
Quit reading the comic
times.
books, Justin. You're spoiling it for yourself.
Wait for Batman? Reintroducing Batman? Or
No, okay, so the way
How hard could it be to write a movie? They already got it in comic books. Just go take that and put it on the screen.
so all right, and Tony Stark Iron Man, which is like not the newest one, but it was the newer one at the time. Before Tony Stark Iron Man, he died, right? But, or no, sorry, he died in Tony Stark Iron Man, and his brother Anton Stark, I think is his name. Basically, like, he made this AI thing, and like Tony Stark lost his like. It's so stupid to explain, but like let's just say he lost a soul, and then someone made an artificial like Tony Stark, and then it got back into that one, and then now Tony Stark's back. It's kind of lame, honestly, because it's such a good character, and they're just like, yeah, he's back. Instead of like moving on to a whole different like the new Ironheart comic is like literally the perfect way to introduce a new character and move the torch on to like a different.
It's kind of like what we're talking about with Star Wars. Like, why don't you just move into a newer, better thing instead of rehashing?
But then they fucking ruined Ironheart and Black Panther, so it doesn't fucking matter now. So like, she's just some kid that made a fucking thing, and now they're trying to kill her. That's the whole premise of her character, and I hate it because she's in the comics. She's fucking badass, dude. Like yeah, she's close to Shuri in the comic books, but like, that's not how they met, like at all. Like.
But also back to your main thing, I live and die with Christian Bale's Batman. Like that whole Dark Knight trilogy, I love Christopher Nolan's movies.
But is it fair because you can't? He said you can't really compare it to Ben Affleck because his movie was shit, and like Michael Keaton and Robert Pattinson, he's the buff at all of them, but they're all scrawny. So like.
Well, I mean, I just think that those three movies, we'll see what Robert Pattinson's Batman continues to do, because obviously he's going to come back.
Yeah, they're making. Well, the Penguin TV show moves into the sequel.
Anyway. Why do we need a Penguin TV show?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. But I just think that like Christopher Nolan movies, period, are amazing, and he nails the Batman trilogy. We wouldn't even have this Batman if Christopher Nolan. We wouldn't have anything close to this Batman if Christopher Nolan didn't do what he did, which I think is pretty awesome.
Yes, let us take a moment of silence for the sacrifice that Christopher Nolan did.
That's a good argument.
Thank you,
just
Christopher
go, it's good.
Nolan.
You just go, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
And he literally said we wouldn't have it. Like, he literally had, like...
Oh, yeah, and then whenever I say, how's the new Black Panther, you say, it's good. But you wouldn't like it. And I say,
wouldn't like it.
Yeah, and I go, why? And you go, he just wouldn't.
He just wouldn't. I know
you guys are silly.
He'd literally go to the theater and be like, that fucking sucked. That's as soon as what would come out of his mouth when we leave. Like...
Alright, we're at the end of the thing.
You guys are silly.
We're in
I've appreciated this.
Justin, shout out Dubby.
Alright, so Dubby's our sponsor.
Kind of.
And go to the website and put in the code BACON and LEGS, all caps, to get 10% off your order. It's a very energized drink, and it doesn't crash you out, and it doesn't give you AIDS either.
Didn't crash him out, just like I crashed Justin's mom now.
Justin's been drinking it. That's what you're drinking, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, listen. That's Justin.
Drinking his W.
Yeah, someone should go buy that stuff so the W will be like, hey, here's some free stuff.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Dude, I love to take free stuff from anything.
Yeah. I like taking free stuff from orphans.
Did you just end it?
And minorities. What? Bye, everyone.